Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Dylan, from Citizen Everest. And I wanted to talk about, do you make decent or good money, but you seem to always be worried about bills or your finances and it's always on your mind? Well, this video might just be for you if that's the case. Do you have trouble with credit card bills, student loans? If so, stick around. We're going to get right into it. All right. Now, before we start, I'd just like to say, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, engage with us. We really appreciate it. Now, if you want to think or sit and think why I'm always out of it, and maybe you're in a spot where you're not really making a lot, or you're in a spot where you make great money, but you're still week to week or every 2 weeks, just check to check. So, on average, we spend a few hours a week stressing about money. Isn't that wild? On average, we stress about 3 hours a week stressing about money. It's just not, it's not healthy, I would imagine. I'm no expert, but I would imagine it's not healthy. I believe that financial security is within reach, and I've just compiled a couple things that I really think can be helpful to us if we apply them consistently. Now remember, consistency is key. 21 days to break a habit or build a habit. So first, I want to say, let's stop spending money on coffee every day, okay? And for me, what I've always, or what I've done for a long time now is, I buy my coffee at the grocery store on the weekend and I make my own coffee. But just think, if you, let's say you spend $100 on coffee every month. And if you were to take that $100 and invest it in a Roth IRA every month and have that build on a compounding interest over let's say 20 to 40 years, somewhere in there, you could potentially have over $1 million saved in a Roth IRA. And that's just something to think about. I know we will all want wealth tomorrow or today, but if you do these little things, you would be surprised at the money you have. Number two, and this seems kind of silly, but buying new clothes. Buying designer clothes. We've all done it. We all want to have the nicest thing on, or we want to buy even new cars. But just think about what you could save at buying at like consignment stores instead of going into that Gucci store, instead of going into that Louis store. You'll drop a paycheck on a t-shirt. Like, how silly is that? Just think about it. And it's all to impress people that you don't care about at all, or you don't like at all. To impress people you don't care or like about. Just sit back and think about that for a second. Wow. Anyways, and I would say buying a new car too. As soon as you buy a new car and drive it off the lot, it depreciates in value. That's wild. That's completely wild. I've always bought used. I never bought a brand new car. I bought a few used cars, and the same thing. It depreciates as soon as you drive it off the lot. It's just something that can never really be an asset to you, because it's always it's going to be costing you money, and you're not getting any ROI, any return on investment. And that could be something else as far as like refurbished phones or electronics. If you're into, say, gaming, instead of buying that brand new PS5, you could go and get a refurbished PS5, which is bought then sold back. Basically, it was never used really, or maybe it was used once or twice. Refurbished is not necessarily used. I wouldn't put them in the same category, and the value will, or the price will be a little less. You do that with iPhones. There's all kinds of things that are refurbished. And number three, I just wanted to say, stop buying things immediately. And I kind of went over this in a previous video about millionaire habits, but stop buying things immediately. When we do that impulse buying, we're not taking into account our budget that we talked about previously. When we're setting up our budget, say it's with a app or something like personalcapital.com or mint.com. But when we set up that budget and we're buying things immediately, we're immediately going against the grain of what we set up for ourselves, our goals for ourselves, our commitments to ourselves. And we just, like, little practices you could do. You could write it down on your notes on your phone, or if you're at home, maybe write it down on a piece of paper. But like, when I can afford this in my budget, or maybe you can't afford it in your budget, but just sit on it. Okay, the impulse buying is what gets us in trouble. Just think when you're out with your friends, you're having a good time, you're drinking, you're eating out at a bar or a restaurant or whatever, and you're just having fun, and you want everyone to have a really good time, so you buy a round of shots. Like, that's an impulse buy, and you get that check, and it's like, what, let's say there's 6-7 people, there's a extra $75-$80 on your bill. Like, that was stupid. That wasn't smart, you know. I mean, I know we all want to have fun with our friends, but it's just impulse buying is something that can really hurt us, you know. And anyways, this is just some tips that I find that help me. These are just my opinions, not financial advice by any means. And just let me know what you guys thought of the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.